Good evening, everyone. In the last video, when we were driving around Brownsville, Texas, we were talking about the first thing that one must do to become a better speaker. The last point in that video, though, it's such a loaded and heavy concept that it deserves a video on its own. How can one add value to the things they say? Well, the first step is to become a more valuable person. A while back, I read the dating book to end all dating books. Models by Mark Manson. It only talks about dating in the last 10% of the book. The other 90% talk about how to make you a more dateable person. Likewise, if you want to be a more valuable speaker, you yourself must become a more valuable person. I'm talking about being courteous, being a good listener, being appreciative of others and not expecting anything in return. People appreciate that. It adds value to you in their eyes. The second step is to embrace your authenticity. This comes from the idea of supply and demand. I've heard from quite a few people, they complain that everyone talks about the same topics, everyone sees the same shows, everyone likes the same things. But if we were left up to our own devices, our interests could potentially be as numerous as ourselves. Perhaps you today have a hobby or an interest that makes you unique, but you may not necessarily want to talk with others about it because you may fear getting judged. So what? That's what makes you you. If you collect coins, talk about your coin collection. If you collect baseball cards, talk about that. If you, what are they called? If you're a mycologist, next time you go to the bar, talk about that cool mushroom you found. That's gonna make you stand out. Why am I talking about strange hobbies, you might ask? You'll notice when you talk with someone with this kind of unusual interest, their face lights up. They speak with a fire in their eyes and in their soul. You want to listen to them. You may know nothing about the topic, but if they speak it in a way that connects with you without jargon, without any phrases or words that you may not understand, yeah, you listen. It traps you. That type of excitement is rare nowadays. It is that type of excitement that you must add to your repertoire for you to engage an audience. Learn to also transfer that fire to your PowerPoint presentations at work, the board meeting, the whatever it may be. When you're sharing a story with your buddies, people will listen to you. In a world where people complain about the ordinary, you must learn to become extraordinary. That sounded so corny. Point number 3, speak with attitude. Now, attitude is difficult because it requires discipline, and on top of that, it requires inner peace and acceptance of yourself. That's why I put it after embrace your authenticity. Yeah, we've all probably seen someone who knows, maybe they saw some charisma video on YouTube or they read something on Reddit where next time y'all get together in a group setting, this one person goes, attitude isn't about being gung-ho and being loud. No. It's about being direct. It's about being deliberate, but it also has to do with constraining your, but putting reasonable limits within those excited emotions. If you put it on a spectrum between total laziness and total mania, Yeah, attitude is that one sweet spot where you get pumped, the people around you also feel pumped, but they want to be pumped with you. That's attitude, and that's the sort of thing that you must add to your speech for others to feel and appreciate that kind of value. Finally, the fourth point, pick up the trivium. The what? The trivium. It has to do with what the ancient Greeks called the seven ancient liberal arts and sciences. I'm talking about grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. The Greeks believed that these seven, they somehow, some way connected each one of us to each other's souls and to the divine. The first three are collectively known as the trivium. Grammar, rhetoric, logic. Grammar. Perhaps it's happened to you where someone's trying to make a good point, but maybe they do quite a few grammatical slip-ups, not on purpose, and it kind of hinders what they have to say. And make sure to know the rules before you break them. Consider the rap artists. Those guys are phenomenal wordsmiths. Their grammar may not be what our English textbooks may encourage, but they have such a great command of words. They know how to break the rules. Next, we have rhetoric. Art with words, in other words. Rhetoric differentiates a mediocre speaker from a powerful orator. The powerful speaker knows which phrases to employ and which ones to reject in order to entice a crowd. Just listen to politicians. Listen to radio hosts. Listen to whoever makes a living out of their voice. They know the things to say in order for you to listen to them. And finally, logic. Even if you say the most beautiful words, speak in the most eloquent grammar, if there is no reason, if there is zero sense to what you have to say, people are going to dismiss you. No. There must be some type of logical underpinnings to the things that come out of your mouth. Not only must you imply to your listener, hey, you gotta listen to me, but hey, the things I say matter if you think about them. So hold your horses, listen to me, and think. Think about it, y'all. Someone who speaks with logic and has followers is respected. Someone who does not speak with logic and somehow has followers is the head of a cult. And that is how to add value to your speech. Learn to become a valuable person, embrace your authenticity, speak with attitude, and study the trivium. Grammar, rhetoric, logic. With that I say, have a good week. Take care. Be more valuable and kick ass.